students, welcome to my channel, The Lecture. Dear students, in part 2 we understood about why do we breathe and what we breathe out and what we breathe in. We understood that what is inhalation. When we inhale, the diaphragm, which is the muscular cavity which is present below the lungs and which is the part of the abdomen. Okay. So once we talk about that, that is once we respire, we inhale. When inhalation, the diaphragm moves down. Is it? Similarly, when we exhale, the diaphragm will move upward. That means the diaphragm is also involved, lungs are also involved, and your rib cage, that is the chest cavity, it is called as. The rib cage is also involved in the respiration. That is the inhalation and exhalation. We understood about the breathing rate. Now we know that this world is just not for the human. This world have lots of living organisms. Some of them we will talk about here. So, dear students, now today's topic is breathing in other animals. Okay, human is also an animal. So, breathing in other animal, very first and important, that is cockroach. Now, you will surprise that cockroach also breathe. They have spiracles on their body. They have spiracles on their body. With these spiracles, they breathe. They take the oxygen. See, all the living organisms, most of this on the earth have the aerobic respiration. In that aerobic respiration, they take oxygen. Okay. So the anaerobic respiration is there is the absence of oxygen. In that also they breathe, but that is the yeast and all these kind of the organisms are there. Okay, there is a single cellular some of the organisms. Now, cockroach breathes with the spiracles. They contains tubes of trachea. What they do? See, suppose I open here and I can show you. If you see on your skin, you will have small holes you will feel. Okay, from where the sweating comes out. Is it? So similarly, there are some holes which are present on the body of the cockroach. So once they goes out or whenever they are present anywhere, they take the oxygen, lots of amount of the oxygen they will take. And with the tubes of this trachea, they take oxygens and supply to the cells. Different parts of the body cells, they supply these oxygens. Okay, this trachea. And these cells absorb the oxygens and release the what? That we know that is CO2, that is carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide again goes in the trachea, okay, and it again will go in the spiracles, and the spiracles throws out the what? That is carbon dioxide. So inhalation and exhalation is the same process for both human and this cockroach, is it? So they take the oxygen and take out the carbon dioxide. It means inhalation, oxygen, exhalation, carbon dioxide. That is called the larynx. In standard 6, we already understand about this chapter or this point that how the cockroach also breathe. And second thing, in standard 6, chapter 9, what we understood about? We understood about the earthworm. In chapter 9, we know that. What is the same of the earthworm? We understood about the structure of the earthworm. Is it? So this is the this kind of the shape of the earthworm. They move like this. Okay, very fast. They have muscles which help them to walk. They don't have a leg. The muscles, the bottom muscles which push very hard like this. If they push and again they move. They push and then again they move. The movement of the earthworm, because of they have the muscles, and once you touch this earthworm, when you have on your hand, you will feel a slippery skin, a very moist skin. You will feel it a dirty skin. But this moist skin, this is moist skin. The moist skin, this moist skin of the earthworm helps them to breathe in what? That is oxygen. Now, this also we understood how they breathe. In the soil, what they have? Suppose they are in the soil, we know that air is present everywhere. Air is present everywhere. So in the soil, the air contains what? Air contains oxygen. This also we did the experiment in standard 6 that air is present everywhere, and we did the experiment that how soil also have the oxygens. So organisms, those are living under the soil, they also have the breathing organism and they breathe the oxygen because of the presence of the air. Understand? Now, so suppose earthworms are there, so they can breathe the oxygens from the soil which is containing air, and they are very slippery. They have a moist skin. Again, one more, we have frog. Is it? Frog also, once you touch right now, if you in the monsoon you feel there are lots of frogs are there in surrounding. If you touch them or if you catch them in your hand, if you hold them, you feel moist skin. So the moist skin of the frog also help them, help them to breathe. This is called the amphibians, fine? Because they are living on the soil and also under the water. We also understood the same as per the habitat of the animal. We understood that what is the different type of the animals as per the classification of the habitats. Okay, we have terrestrial animals, we have amphibians, we have avians, we have aquatic animals. So all these kind of the animals we know that. Now, this frog have a quality to breathe. Frog contains lungs also. They have 2 lungs, and once they are on the soil or land or somewhere, any kind of the land environment they are living, they will breathe with the nose, and they contain what? Lungs. Similarly, when they go under the water, and with the help of moist skin, they will breathe the oxygen. We also know that air is present everywhere. So the water also contains oxygen. How? Because air also present in the water. In the standard 6, we did the experiment that once you take the bowl of the water, cold water, and you heat it, after 2 or 3 minutes, you will feel a small bubbles in that. That bubbles are air bubbles. So air is present in the water also. So in the aquatic animal, frog have a moist skin. Okay, so we can say that breathing underwater for the frog, how they breathe? With the help of the moist skin. And earthworm also have a moist skin, so they can also breathe. Now, the one more very lovely. What is this? Lovely. What is lovely? Because we all love this, is it? Yes or no? Yes. What's it? This is fish. Okay. Now what does fish have? Here you can see some kind of a structure which is gathered muscular of a skin. Okay. The muscular skin, like that, there are lots of skin which is here, one part, second part, third part, or three type of parts are present. This is in the standard 6 also. We understood about this. This is called gills. With the help of gills, fish breathe with the help of the gills in the underwater. How they breathe? With the help of the gills, they continuously breathe with the help of the gills and then breathe oxygen. Now, this is the structure of the more amount of the skin gathered, and that is why it's called the gills. Okay, with the help of this, they can breathe. Okay. Now, there are also lots of plants underwater. They can also have this oxygen or carbon dioxide formation. With the help of sunlight, they also make this kind of the respiration. So soil, under the soil, earthworm, now this cockroach and this fish. All these are animals. They have organisms or they have organs. With the help of that organs, they can breathe. They have different organs to breathe. Now we have last point as in this chapter, that is, do plants also respire? Students, in standard 6 or in this chapter or in this standard 7 also, in the first chapter, we know that the plants, just I want to show you with this small diagram. See, you know that now here this is a some leaves. Okay, this is our diagram. Now if you see the leaves, you will find small here between this, you will find small holes. Okay, so this is called the stomata. Okay, this is called the stomata. So this stomata will help them to breathe in. What they breathe in? They breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. Is it? Breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. So this respiration also plants respire with the help of their organs, that is called the stomata. With the help of stomata, they convert carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight with water, with chlorophyll which is present in the leaves. They convert this carbon dioxide in the glucose. Is it? They convert this C6H12O6. What it contains? How it made? With the help of CO2 plus H2O. With to put together, they make glucose. So plants also respire. Plants also gives the food, and that's why we always say that more and more plants if we have in our city, so that city environment will remain healthy and full of oxygen. So dear students, in this chapter we understood how the breathing is important and how breathing is a very vital biological process in all the living organisms, and we understood that how the different animals have the breathing organs and they breathe. Thank you very much.